Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to jump into a really simple but super meaningful craft that's just perfect for the whole family. We're going to make a Dreamcatcher, and the best part is you probably have everything you need right at home. So let's get into it.
But here's what I absolutely love about this. We're not just making a pretty decoration. The source material frames this in such a cool way, saying, "Vamos a construir un filtro de aventuras," which means let's build an adventure filter. See? It's a tool for courage, for imagination. And right there, that little shift in thinking is where the real magic starts.
So before we even pick up the scissors, let's talk about the story we're building here. This Dreamcatcher, it has a very special job. Think of it like a dream guardian. The idea is that it lets all the good, fun, happy dreams float right through to your child, but it catches any of the scary ones in its web. It holds on to them until the morning sun comes out and just dissolves them away. It's a really powerful way to talk about feeling safe and in control.
Okay, now let's get down to business and gather our materials. And honestly, this is one of the best parts because it just proves that you can make magic out of the simplest things. We're basically going on a little treasure hunt right inside our own home.
So here's what you need to find. A paper plate, any kind will do, some leftover yarn, or maybe some thick thread you have lying around, some old beads, maybe from a broken bracelet, or, and I love this idea, some penny pasta right out of the kitchen pantry. And then you just need a hole punch and a pair of safety scissors. That's it. It's all about using what you've got. All right, got all your stuff? Great. Now it's time to actually start making this thing. And remember, don't think of this as a strict set of rules. It's more like a fun, creative ritual you get to do together. Let's start weaving. Okay, first things first, we need a frame. So for step 1, you're going to carefully cut the middle part out of the paper plate, leaving just the rim. The source calls this rim a magic portal, which is a perfect name for it. Then for step 2, you'll take your hole punch and make what they call connection points all around that inner edge of the circle. Just punch holes with a little space between each one. And hey, just a quick safety tip here. Getting that first cut into the middle of the plate can be a little tough for small hands. So a great way to do this as a team is for a grown-up to make the first little puncture, and then the child can take over with their safety scissors and follow the circle around. It works out perfectly. Now, as you start weaving, you have to remember this one philosophy. The source puts it so well. No hay orden correcto, el caos es creativo. It means there's no right order, chaos is creative. This is the most important rule of the whole project. Let go. There is no wrong way to do this. Just encourage your kid to have fun with it, crossing the yarn back and forth in any pattern they want. So step 3 is all about weaving your yarn across that magic portal, going from one hole to another, making it look like a star or a spider web. Then for step 4, you get to add your own personal touch. This is where you thread on those beads or pasta. The source calls them beads with history. Isn't that a lovely thought? And finally, for step 5, just tie 3 pieces of yarn to the bottom so they can hang down like little windtails. Okay, one last little safety note as you're finishing things up. It's probably a good idea to gently remind everyone that the long pieces of yarn are for our awesome Dreamcatcher, not for wearing like a necklace. And of course, just keep an eye on those small beads so they stay on the yarn and not in anyone's mouth. And there you have it. You've built your Dreamcatcher. But this whole activity, it's about way more than just what you made. This simple little craft actually helps uncover some much deeper magic. The source material really gets to the heart of it with this amazing question, ¿Qué estamos cultivando en familia? It's asking, what are we actually cultivating as a family? Because while it might look like you're just weaving some yarn through a paper plate, you're actually growing some really important skills and connections. First of all, it builds connection. Just sitting there together, working on the same thing, it opens up this natural space to talk. It's the perfect moment to ask a gentle question like, so what kind of fun dream would you like to have tonight? It totally transforms craft time into real quality time. Second, it's incredible for development. That simple act of threading the yarn through the holes, it's a huge workout for concentration, for logic, for hand-eye coordination. You're basically getting a starter lesson in sewing, but it's disguised as a magical craft. It's brilliant. And think about this. By turning a used paper plate and some bits of yarn into something beautiful that has a powerful story, you're showing that art comes from your imagination, not from buying expensive stuff. It's such a fantastic, hands-on way to learn about recycling and creativity. And finally, and this is probably the most important part, This craft actually helps with emotional management. For a child who might be a little scared of the dark or of having bad dreams, this Dreamcatcher becomes a real, tangible safety object. And because they made it with their own hands, it gives them this incredible sense of power and protection over their own fears. So, as we wrap up here, just remember that the adventure doesn't end when that last knot is tied. Really, making the Dreamcatcher is just the beginning. The final creative spark, well, that's the one you get to ignite together.
So I'll leave you with this final wonderful question from the source material. Once your creation is all done, you can turn to your child and ask, ¿Te gustaría que creáramos un nombre especial para este atrapasueños? Or would you like us to create a special name for this Dreamcatcher? It is the absolute perfect way to finish by passing that creative torch right back to them and making this whole adventure uniquely